What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Crimsonite. Right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and show a compilation of the stuff that I've been doing on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. I've been getting a lot of more followers lately, and I hope to get more followers on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and follow, share, like, comment. I would love to collab with more people besides just myself this year, the rest of the year. So go ahead and do that for me. Thank you. And until then, you guys have a great day. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Crimsonite. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the movies that I'm anticipating for August. Basically, there's not much coming out that I want to see this month. And I'm sure I'm not going to even see it this month at all because I don't even go to the movie theaters nowadays. Um, Recession, man. Recession, I'm telling you. But I am going to watch it probably on my TV and enjoy it there. So let's just anticipate these movies. The first one, okay, the first one is Strays. This movie looks hilarious. I saw the commercial and I'm like, wow, it's gonna be like Homeward Bound basically meets like Look Who's Talking. It's gonna be pretty damn funny. We have a good cast of Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, and I think the movie's gonna be doing pretty good. It's gonna be really cute but hilarious and raunchy at the same damn time, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next one on my list is The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Basically, I think it's like origin stories of Dracula. Not much to be said here. If you ever seen any Dracula movies, the first one, of course, is one of my all-time favorite horror movies with Bela Lugosi. Um, yeah, that movie rocked. And so I'm just hoping that they do really good justice and it's a good horror movie. It has good blood and story, you know. Crossing fingers. These horror movies in 2023, man, I'm telling you, it's kind of horrible. Third on this list is Make 2, The Trench. I'm actually really excited for this one. Probably even more excited than the second film on my list, but I was like, well, let's see. You know, should be full of action because Jason Statham always comes out with something really good action wise. Story could be shit, but let's see what happens in this one. We're not there for the story. It's gonna be hopefully good cheesy stuff and you know, action filled. Next on this list is Heart of Stone. It's one of those Netflix originals, and from the trailer, it looks pretty damn good. Gal Gadot doing her thing, and I'm glad that didn't come out with the Wonder Woman Part 3. Said she's doing something new, and hopefully she does some more good stuff out there. Hopefully she's just not stuck in Wonder Woman, you know, movies. So let's hope. Crossing fingers, you know. Last but not least is Gran Turismo. If you guys ever played the video game, in which I have, I remember playing the old school one. Um, this should be pretty damn good. It's basically actually based on a true story. It's about this kid who pretty much plays the video game, but he actually wants to actually drive in one of these rings, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a lot of drama and action. Of course, hopefully it's still realistic. You know, some of these times these biopics come out and they're not that realistic, but crossing fingers again. Do not disappoint me, August. Do not disappoint things this month. It should be a great month for every person that loves movies. And until next time, we'll see you again. Which Barbie character am I? Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Crimsonite. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the movies that I saw in July 2023. These movies were good this month, actually, a lot. So it was very difficult to narrow it all down. But hey, did do some rewatch of a couple, um, and then mostly just the new stuff. So let me go ahead and tell you which ones were my top five out of 21 movies that I did watch this month. Okay, the first movie that I would say was the best movie of this month was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The reason being because this is the last part that James Gunn is going to go ahead and do before he goes ahead and do the DC stuff. Not only that, but it was just a great story. It was just like an origin story of the raccoon. And not only that, but it was like pretty emotional and top um, movie for Marvel for a long time. I haven't seen a movie with Marvel universe that was as good as this one. The second one on my list is Blackberry. The reason why I put this on this list is because it's just funny, like very dark humor, and not only that, but it's also talking about the rise and fall of BlackBerry phones. So it's very important of like technology process, and I love technology. So this biggest reason why I liked it so much. It's one of the better movies I've seen this year as well. So it might even be on my top 10. Who knows? Okay, the next one on my list is Cinnamon. This movie is so damn good. It reminds me like a Kill Bill type movie, kind of like a 70s exploitation. It has Pam Grier, David Wayans, and the lead actor and actresses. I don't even know their names, but man, God, it's so good. And it's on Tubi, so you can watch that for free. Actually, it's a love story, and well, you'll see what happens. The Blackening is on my next list. I love this movie thoroughly, and I thought it was really good, funnier than hell, and it always so kills all the stereotypes of horror movies where all the black, the first black person dies. So that's what I like about this movie so much. There's a little bit twist and turns, and it's pretty funny throughout the movie. At least I thought so. Next and last on my list of the best movies of July that I watched is Joyride. One of the most funniest movies I've actually seen this year, and I'm hoping that they continue to write movies with a more Asian cast and director. This movie was hilarious, and talking about raunchy humor, but you could actually connect with all the characters here in some sort of way. And I just thought it was just a really cool movie, just in general. I'm just waiting, for more movies like this to come out. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm almost at 10,000 right now. So if you know anybody like loves movies, share it with them. I would love to hear from everybody. Till next time, have a good one.
So anyone that saw my last video will know I've just got Top Gun Maverick. But I think that leads me on to a really good question. What are some of the best sequels? I've picked five.
Welcome back to Crimsonite. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the movie sequels. The best thing about sequels is that they can expand on the story or they can weaken the story and mess up the whole franchise. Um, I believe these are the best sequels in my opinion. It took me a while to go ahead and compile this, but hey, you know what? In the end, these are my favorite ones. So hopefully you enjoy these. The first one on my list is going to be Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Reason being, because one of my favorite movies of all time. And not only that, it's just a badass sequel. Great action sequences. We have Guns N' Roses soundtrack on there. Even the soundtrack itself is just fucking amazing. And the action sequences, story of mankind, all that good shit. Aliens, pretty much Alien 2, directed by James Cameron. Once again, one of the best sequels, from horror sci-fi to pretty much horror sci-fi action. It's the perfect sequel, and not only that, it's better than pretty much any of the sequels. Probably part three. It gets a lot of shit too, but I really love Aliens. In comparison between the two, The Empire Strikes Back, way better than Return of the Jedi. One of the best sequels of Star Wars, just period, in my opinion. Also, it's just really cool. And yeah, no Ewoks. That's the best thing about this one. In all reality, I wish Tim Burton did part three of this movie, but hey, it went to Joel Schumacher right after this one. And Batman Returns is the perfect sequel. Not only do you get still the Danny Elfman soundtrack, but also you have Susie and the Banshees face to face in the soundtrack. And then you have Paul Rubens, you got Danny DeVito, you got Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I mean, I could go on and on. Perfect. The Dark Knight, not only the perfect example of a sequel, but a stunning performance by Heath Ledger. Rest in peace. And I wish he was still alive. Christopher Nolan at his one of his best, and I still haven't seen Oppenheimer. But hey, love to Christopher Nolan for thank you for doing a perfect trilogy. Well, second one is debatable. The third one is debatable, but hey,
So anyone that saw my last video will know I've just got Top Gun Maverick. But I think that leads me on to a really good question. What are some of the best sequels? I've picked 5.
Spider-Man 2, great movie, and great director Sam Raimi. I mean, he made this trilogy as great as it is. Also, Kristen Dunst, and of course Tobey Maguire and Doc Ock. Fantastic movie. So fantastic sequel. I seriously love Dawn of the Dead, the 1978 version, as well as the remake. But man, the original one is so good, and it's the sequel to Night of the Living Dead. And what can I say? Tom Savini's special effects, well, makeup effects, story, the cool Goblin soundtrack is perfect, at least for me. The Devil's Rejects. This is actually my favorite Rob Zombie movie. My favorite sequel of any of his movies, even Halloween 2. I think this is like the perfect film of his and his masterpiece. I love Lords of Salem as well, but man, this just is the perfect thing. Great classic rock soundtrack, just like exploitation, but modernized. It's just awesome. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Not only a cool sequel to the Freddy franchise, also it's just a cool movie, just in general. I just love how they have everybody having different types of powers, and it doesn't get any better than this one for me. The comedy is good. It's a return to form from the second one, and then I don't know, it's just really good. Last but not least is Hellbound Hellraiser 2, one of the best sequels of the horror franchise, and one of the best actually of just the film franchise. After this, and the third one actually, well, third one after that is just everything just goes to shit. But thank you for putting more Cenobites in this one, and it's just badass movie. Thanks to everybody for watching. Until then. Welcome back to Crimsonite. Today we're going to talk about one of the early Grindhouse films that I've seen, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, made in 1974. Not only one of the best influential slashers ever made, but also one of the most scariest movies of all time, directed by Toby Hooper. This is being his first foray in horror on around a budget of $70,000. As of today, there's been a remake in 2003, a prequel, and 9 sequels. I'm going to go ahead and make another video about which one I'm going to order, but today we're going to go ahead and talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one. Okay, so for anybody who has not seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this is pretty much the breakdown of the plot. It's basically a bunch of teenagers. They're going to, Texas, and they're, traveling throughout. And then, of course, their van kind of like pretty much stops. So they need some assistance. So who they run out into is Leatherface and pretty much his family and whatnot. His family, and you get the gist. Yeah. Anyways, basically Leatherface is just, dude's crazy. I love Leatherface, and I wish like the sequels could do more justice for this character, because I don't know, a lot of the sequels kind of like are not that great. The only ones I really like is probably the second one, and then Leatherface. Just the third one. Yeah, those are probably the only ones I really do. But the first one really inspired. If there wasn't this movie, there wouldn't be, Halloween. They wouldn't be like A Nightmare on Elm Street. They wouldn't be House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie. So it did definitely influence a lot of movies. And man, I wish I went to see this at the theater. For a reason, because just the way it ends, and it's just great, Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. We're going to go ahead and talk about movies next time. Until then, thank you. Welcome back to Crimsonite. Today we're going to talk about Christmas in July. This is one of my first favorite horror movies around the Christmas time, and it's called Silent Night, Deadly Night. When this movie came out in 1984, it led to a lot of controversy because of the portrayal of Santa Claus. People were just like protesting outside of the theaters. People were just like doing a lot of controversy, which led TriStar Films to pull out for a wide release of the film. I remember renting the VHS when I was a kid, and I loved how, the poster looked. So it kind of caught my eye. I was like, what is this? Santa Claus carrying an axe. He's in a chimney. And basically, it's about a kid. His name is Billy, and sees his parents getting killed in a Santa Claus suit, which traumatizes his adult life. So he gets sent in an abusive Catholic orphanage and goes on a murderous rampage wearing a Santa Claus suit. So sick of all of people that pretty much, love Christmas and whatnot. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's a fucking crazy ass movie. But for the time, and when I watched it, I was like, damn, this is crazy shit. So the movie was directed by Charles E. Sellier, who was mostly known as a producer of TV shows and known as American television producer, and a screenwriter, novelist, and a director, of course. So he was created the American book television series, The Life of Times of Grizzly Adams, which I kind of look like today. Anyways, the movie stars Scream Queen 80s star, Linnea Quigley, which is mostly, if you ever watched Return of the Living Dead, which I talked about on here, um, she's the one that's, naked up on the graveyard and everything. That's her. Anyways, this movie spawned 5 sequels and a remake, and now there's talks of doing another reboot. But that's how it goes. Hopefully, they don't water it down. It's one of my favorite Christmas horror movies, besides like Black Christmas, Gremlins. Yeah, those three right there. Those are my favorite three. So yeah. Anyways, this is Crimsonite. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, we'll talk again. Anyways, maybe one day I'll go ahead and watch part 4 of the movie. Um, yeah, just to watch it for my curiosity. The first movie I wouldn't say is a classic by standards, but I do believe it is a grindhouse classic. I do remember this movie being one of the first adult movies I saw when I was a kid. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it did. This is basically about a prostitute by night, Angel, and a high school student by day. She's actually A+ student who keeps seeing her friends getting killed by a serial killer. And this serial killer is kind of weird because he's a little bit more comedic. Like, he's busting eggs and he's sweating out. I don't know what his motive is. I mean, other than just being a pervert. But it's pretty fun. If you like teen A, and the pacing doesn't pick up until like maybe the middle of the movie, but hey, it's actually pretty cool. And then it has some bad jokes, so it's not for everybody, but for the grindhouse people and people that are looking for something stupid and fun and entertaining, it's definitely for them. Um, yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do reviews of the sequels a little bit later. Go ahead and watch that. Until then, thank you for watching. Welcome back to Crimsonite. Today we're going to start talking about grindhouse films. The first movie I want to talk about is the movie Angel, starring Donna Wilkes as Molly, an angel, along with the sequels Avenged Angel and as well as Angel, the Final Chapter. And then there's part 4, which is kind of like a little bit different from the other ones. I've only seen bits and pieces of that movie.